I call it my star system. So let me tell you how this works. One of the things I love about summer is projects. Hi everyone, I'm Danielle, homeschooling mother of 7 right here, and I like to talk to you about everything mom related. I have a very fun video for you today, but first I better get rid of my coffee because I talk with my hands and it doesn't go well for the coffee or the carpet. I remember making fun of my mom, talking with her hands, always elbowing us in the head, and now I'm like, Mom, I am you. My husband and I do not give the kids a weekly allowance. I don't believe that my children should be taught they get paid for all of those things that they do for the family and that they do as part of a family. I very much want to imprint upon my kids that a family works best when everybody is working together. And it is a beautiful reliance on one another. So where we don't have a weekly allowance, I do incentives. I do incentives. And so our star system, my star system, is one of those ways that I incentivize these items that are on their charts are not negotiable items. They're the daily chores, they're things like school, different habits I want my kids to get used to. I don't want to always be prodding and pushing and reminding and howling and nagging. I want them to start having a sense of personal responsibility for the things that have to be done. Not only that, I want them to start seeing in the future, okay, if I really focus and get these items done quickly, then I will have the rest of the day to do the things that I would like to do. I am trying to teach them personal responsibility, time management, and organization. So let me just break down the way my star system works. In the simplest terms, all these items on the sheet have a word in stars. You can only get your stars in the morning if you are done with them by 8 o'clock. Remember my heart towards this. I want my kids to have a sense of responsibility. So if we start our school at 8, and I would like to see them do simple things like brush their teeth, make their bed, tidy up their room, and get dressed all the way to the shoes before 8, then I'm going to incentivize the before 8 part in this sheet. So if these items are done before 8, 5 stars are awarded. Now I have a couple of kids who let this one go. They would rather sleep in till 8 o'clock and have to get those things done in a really fast pinch. They don't get their stars, not that big of a deal to them. And really, I just let it go. And it only really becomes a big deal when the kids who actually are practicing their vision turn in the stars in return for something special. Other things I star. I want to teach my children to develop a habit of reading the Bible. It's not something I demand of them. I do a devotion with them, so they are getting teaching and training in this area. But it is one of my goals that as they get into their older years, they are developing their own personal relationship with Jesus, and they're learning how much He loves them and how they can go to Him at any time and receive all the love and all the nurturing and all the validation they will ever need. Another thing on this list is if one of my older children read the Bible to my younger children.
Let each kind of plant or tree have its own kind of seed.
Once again, I'm trying to encourage in my kids thoughtfulness, motivation, team effort. If my children get their school done before 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then they get stars for doing school. As you know, school does have to get done. So if any one of my children choose to draw out their school and not finish actually until 6 o'clock in the evening, they can do that. It's not my favorite. I don't love it because then I'm the one ending up helping with school all day, but they don't get stars for their school. So you see where I'm going with this? I have this handwritten sheet. Sometimes handwriting things is just easier for me than taking the trouble to type and print. But that's just me, and that's because I'm a little low tech. I have a section of things that are rewarded by mom, and that is quick obedience all day, being extra kind to the siblings all day, showing initiative to pick up around the house, and good attitude, especially when told no. So once again, I'm giving stars out arbitrarily in that case, for just when I see obvious trying. It's oftentimes hard to be told no. And so if one of my children has a good attitude, even when they are being told no about something that they wanted to do, I like to reward that and encourage that behavior. The other couple things I have on this list are specifically doing your math in less than an hour. We have had trouble with lingering over math for a large period of time. Also, if they practice piano with a good attitude, that is also rewarded in stars because they still have to practice their piano. But doing the task with a good attitude is rewarded in stars. All right, so let's talk about the stars. Each child has the potential of getting 19 stars per day.
Maverick didn't do any of his Kids' choice.
If they show initiative, if they ask what they can do for mom, and just in general show an interest in getting more stars, I try to accommodate that. And in that case, they can get more. So then based on how consistently we've been doing this star system, at the end of about 1 or 2 or 3 months, we have an evening or an afternoon where the kids can turn in their stars. They cannot turn in their stars anytime they want. It's only when it is planned. So in choosing a time frame just out a ways, let's say in 6 or 8 weeks, we are going to turn in our stars, and these are the prizes. That actually helps with the incentive. Sometimes my kids don't appreciate my inclinations toward learning incentives. Right now, our prizes are really depleted, and I need to just go to the Dollar Tree and get a few low star prizes to keep everyone's interest up. I like to have some Dollar Tree items in here because the younger kids who do not earn as many stars like to come and pick out a prize too. So I do want to encourage an entire family participation. I really encourage the special activities that don't cost a lot. So I have some computer time, lunch with dad and mom, getting their very own ice cream, or going to spend the night at their grandparents' house with a friend. With any system that you try for your kids or for your family, ask yourself, what is the purpose of this system? So that you always keep consistent with the purpose you carry in your heart as a mom. And so the purpose of this system is not just that I want my kids to do chores, which I do. I want them to learn the value of work. I also want them to learn that work is fun and that you have a choice to do it with a great attitude or a not great attitude. By just providing those incentives that show that a good attitude does get rewarded. Because it does. In life, having a good attitude is rewarded. People will like you better if your attitude is good. You will do better at a job if your attitude is good. You will do so much better at parenting if your attitude is good. Pretty much every single hat I wear, whether it be the things I do for my church, things I do for my home, a good attitude makes it not only a pleasure for the people around me, but a pleasure for me as well. So the practice of my incentive program is to help the kids constantly be checking their own attitude, not just me checking their attitude. So that is the lowdown on the star system. If this video is helpful for you at all, I would love it if you'd stick around, subscribe, like my video, and stay for this next one, how to get your kids to help out around the house. Remember, no one can mom your kids like you. Wow. My husband and I do not do a system of, what's it called when you give money at the end of the week to your children? Allowance.